Now let's pick from where we left, and let's go to the side of the gable side, and we continue placement of with the placement of vertical fascia steel frame. Now, if I come to navigate and pick and rotate with mouse, and I want to rotate it from that spot, you can see we have that member in place. So if you zoom out, I want to populate this on this side of the gable. And what I'm going to do once I've selected on that, I'm going to press Control, hold, then click Interrupt. So once I've clicked on Interrupt, I'm going to again right click and come to Spatial Copy, and or just copy. I'm going to pick copy option. So I'm going to pick it from this particular point here, or I can just pick it from this point, or just on the same position. But this base plate sizes are different. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just copy it from that spot and take it to this spot. So once I've taken it to that spot, I'm going to zoom out closely so that I find a way of pushing it to the center, because if I come to navigate here and try to take a look at it from that spot, you can see it's not at the center of this particular column, but we want to adjust it slightly so that we take it to the center, and it must be at the center, because when we start placement of our purlins, it might inconvenience the whole setting. So let's just do it correctly. So as long as it's within the center, it's not an issue. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to right click, and I'm going to pick everything. Let me just right click and make sure I select everything that is needed in my selection. So I've selected on that. So I'm going to press Control. But if you take a closer look here, you can see I've left out the end plate on top here. So we need to carry that along. So I'm going to pick on it, right click and come to copy. And I want to pick copy right there. So I'm going to pick it from that corner and zoom out and move our target point right on the same spot, and I'll be able to snap on that spot. So let me just select on it, then select on the beam, then while pressing Control and select on that, select on the other plate also, and select on the bolts, then I select on that member, and don't forget to check whether you've picked everything right. So I'm going to move it in segments or in steps by a certain measurement. So I'm going to right click and come to spatial move and pick on linear. So I'll check my XYZ plane, and this we are on Y axis, but I'm going to feed in a negative sign of the distance. I'm going to move it in bits. So I'm going to click move like that until I'll reach a point where I'm able to approximate a little bit the center of that particular of this column. So I'll assume that is the center, and if I come to navigate and try pick rotation point, and perfectly, I think I'm right to the center of that member. So I'm going to press Control and right click and come to interrupt. So once I picked interrupt, I'm going to right click once again and come to interrupt, and right click once again and come to copy here. So I'm going to copy it manually by picking it from this position there and now to that position. So if you zoom out, you'll be able to see they're exactly in the same position, and I'm going to do the same thing here, place it right there, and I'm going to do the same thing here and place it somewhere there, and do the same thing here, place it right there, and I'll place it somewhere here. But this one, we already have another member there, but it's kind of not the best. But we'll just use rotate command for this particular one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select on that member, right click and come to rotate. So once we rotate it like this, I'm going to locate my two lines that will help me define my rotation angle or rotation point. So I'm going to select, I'm going to pick edit, and then under edit I'm going to pick that drop down arrow and pick on at easy, no, the first option here, online. Now I'm just going to mouse over the edge of this member, then mouse over on the opposite direction like that, and I'll be able to snap on the midpoint. I'm not able to snap accurately, but that should make the midpoint. Let me just zoom close. That should be the midpoint if I click that. So once I've located the midpoint right there, I'm going to select the same point, and I want to offset it up by 3 or 400 millimeters, as long as it's off the original point. I'm going to pick on linear. So on top here, I'm going to click 300 right there. That's okay. Now, once I've done so, I'm going to pick this member. I'm going to highlight everything here and make sure you don't pick any part that you don't intend to copy along. So let me just pick that member and make sure all these are included in my selection. Now I'm going to right click. Once I've right clicked, I want to copy rotate this one to this side. So I'm going to pick on spatial copy and pick rotate. So once I've picked rotate, I'm going to use these two lines to define my rotation copy. So I'm going to pick on that and pick on that. The moment I click on that, you can see the origin coordinates adjust themselves to suit the location of that 90 degrees rotate. So let's try and click copy. So if you come to copy and come to view and you want to navigate and rotate this, you'll be able to see it has moved, but it's slightly off the mark, off the point. So what I'm going to do is just to shift it inward as we had did with the previous ones. So well, let's do that right away. So I'm going to select everything here after right click and coming to. So I'm going to select everything here. Once I select everything here, I'm going to move them inward at an interval of 10 millimeter inward. So let me just select everything I want to move with, and once I've selected that, I want to include this plate. So once I've picked the plate right there, I want to check the XYZ plane, and I want to move in the opposite direction of X axis. So I'm going to select, right click here, then come to spatial move and pick on linear. So under linear, I'm going to move in the opposite direction of x-axis. So I have to clear everything and work only with the x-axis and feed in that negative 10 millimeter. So let's try move it. Let's move it. See it gets on that spot. Let's just try it. And if it tries to other parts, it will try to clash with other parts. So accurately, same spot. Looking at it very keenly. So I'm going to undo so that we come out slightly and move in with some very accurate measurements like one. So if I now move in, one will be very accurate. So just click one repeatedly and we are there. So I'm just going to click undo like that. So if I click undo, we'll be right on the surface. So we are accurately on that location. So if I come to navigate and pick rotate and come close to that location, so let me just give it some time to load. So we are there, and that's accurate. So that's all about that. So don't forget to save your work. But prior to save, remember, Tekla Structures the moment you save, and even if you save with a mistake or there's a mistake in the whole model, in the whole model, and if we save, there's no way going back. You will have to just to work on that part afresh. So before you save, make sure everything is correct. I'll come to navigate and try to rotate this by pressing my left button on the mouse and hold and move my mouse like that, and I'll be able to see, have a look, or have a clear look of everything I've done before I give an okay to save the changes or the work we've done so far. So let me just come to navigate, and I want to pick on that spot and rotate this. So if I rotate this, I'll be able to tell myself I'm convinced that we can go ahead and save that. So in any clash that might come, we'll have to deal with it accordingly and make the changes to be the right option. Will be the right option. Now, if I press Control Tab, and if you come to that elevation view, we'll have this. We'll have that on our view, and we'll have that on our view. So you can take a look on that. So if you switch back to tab, we'll be able to have that in place, but we've not copied the other end. So we is not yet complete. So we have to complete the other side also. So if I come to that side and try to rotate this like that and check the other side also, I have this one in place. So we kind of on the right trajectory. So let me just select that. But once I've done this, I think this side will be automatic. It should be self-explanatory, so I don't want to wait so much time there. And yeah, this one I just do behind the scenes. So when you come back, we'll find everything is complete. Then we move to the next step where we'll be able to add maybe guards or add more details about this, or maybe work on the gutters. So whichever topic comes first, we'll be able to deal with them or deal with it accordingly. So for now, I hope you'll be able to tackle these kind of things and do it yourself. And let's meet then on different topic, on a different part, but the same topic. Bye bye, and hope you'll try that by yourself. Thank you.